According to Hedges and Company, there are over 276 million registered cars in the United States alone. Today, I will attempt to convince you why your next car purchase should be a plug-in hybrid vehicle. Almost all of us utilize a car to get to and from work or school and to run our daily errands. According to the Pew Research Center, 88% of American households have at least one car. One of the most immediate and impactful things that you could do today to help reduce greenhouse gas emissions is to purchase a plug-in hybrid vehicle. Not only will you help improve the environment, but you can also save some money while doing so. Driving is a daily occurrence for most of us, so much so that transportation is one of the leading contributors of greenhouse gases in the United States. According to the EPA, the transportation sector contributes 29% of the total greenhouse gas emissions in the United States. Plug-in hybrid vehicles can help to significantly lower this number. A plug-in hybrid vehicle is a vehicle that has both an electric motor and a gasoline-burning engine. On shorter trips where you're going under about 85 miles per hour, which most of us are, the vehicle operates purely through the electric motor. Once the battery is depleted, or you go over the 85 mile per hour limit for the electric motor, the gasoline engine kicks in. The national average for the emission of a gasoline burning vehicle is about 11,400 pounds of CO2 equivalent gas emissions. Compare that to the national average for the emissions of a plug-in hybrid vehicle, it's only about 6,000 pounds of CO2 equivalent gases. So that means that switching to a hybrid vehicle can result in an immediate 47% reduction of your CO2 equivalent gas emissions per year. While the environmental impact may not be enough to convince you, saving money appeals to almost everyone. James W. Frick, who was the former vice president for public relations for the University of Notre Dame, once said, "Don't tell me where your priorities are. Show me where you spend your money and I'll tell you what they are." While the upfront cost for a plug-in hybrid vehicle might be slightly higher than a normal vehicle, incentives help to lessen the load. Depending on the battery size of your plug-in hybrid, you're eligible for a federal tax credit of up to $7,500. Additionally, many insurance companies will also offer discounts in the 5% or so range for purchasing a plug-in hybrid vehicle. And last, most electric utility providers offer reduced electricity rates for plug-in hybrid owners. In the long term, plug-in hybrids can provide significant savings. To give an idea of the possible savings, I'll take a quick look at what's probably the most well-known hybrid, the Toyota Prius. Operating purely on its gasoline engine, the 2018 Toyota Prius Prime can deliver an EPA estimated 54 miles per gallon. When it's operating as an electric vehicle, it achieves a pretty astounding 133 miles per gallon E. MPGE is the distance traveled per unit of energy consumed, and it's how we directly compare electric vehicles to internal combustion engine vehicles. It's basically the price of the electricity per mile versus the price of gasoline per mile. Overall, a plug-in hybrid vehicle can amount to thousands of dollars in savings over the course of a car's lifetime. Some of you may be listening to this and think, well, why buy a car that runs on both electricity and gasoline? Why not just buy a fully electric car? While it's true that a fully electric car can provide even lower emissions than plug-in hybrids, there are a few caveats to that. If you live in a state that generates its energy primarily through coal-powered plants, the reduction in emissions between an electric vehicle and a plug-in hybrid can be pretty marginal. Additionally, the range on fully electric vehicles is simply unsatisfactory for a lot of people. Most electric vehicles have a range that's somewhere between 75 and 100 miles. Trips longer than that will require you to have to stop and recharge your car. The range on a plug-in hybrid's battery is typically about 50 miles, but once the battery runs out, the vehicle can run on its gasoline engine for anywhere from usually 200 to 300 plus miles. This allows you to run purely electric for most commutes to save the most money, while giving you the option for longer trips without any real concerns for battery life. And to wrap things up, there are over a billion cars in the world today, and almost 300 million of those are right here in the United States. All of these vehicles can combine to produce about 29% of our greenhouse gas emissions. To help save our environment and save a little money in the process, make sure the next vehicle that you purchase is a plug-in hybrid. Thank you.